probably come to crypto to build wealth. However, what most people don't tell you about that is that it's not just about the numbers. To be a successful investor requires actually looking about the humanness that goes behind being an investor. And so what I really want to talk about today, what I'm referring to about the emotional, the human side, is the emotional process that goes on within ourselves, within the collective market, and related to price. So in particular today, I want to break down some of the energetics to make this game of building wealth through crypto more fun. You're seeing the game for what it is, not just for the hardcore numbers or the technical analysis or where the chart is at, but instead you can actually understand how price moves. And so this is a conversation that I wish that I had years ago. I've been in the crypto world for 4 years, and I've been up 6 figures, down 6 figures, definitely have lost countless hours of sleep over different investing moves, or have put a lot of hours, like energy and shame, on myself for not making the right moves or the right moves. And this is a conversation that I wish that my younger self could have. So I am sharing this for you who could feel more free, who hopefully can feel more freedom in the crypto space moving forward. So first off, hey, I'm Whitney Magic. I am wildly passionate about crypto and shifting wealth into the hands and the hearts of the good. I bring up a lot of conversations around spirituality, energetics, and consciousness, because not only are we investors, but we are also human beyond this. So in particular today, one thing that I love the most is talking about price, but not just for the numerical value, but instead to actually break down price for what it is. And so if you are someone who is, whether you're starting off with crypto and you're brand new, or if you're in the crypto space and you're like, oh my God, I see number go up, I see number go down, and I feel very emotionally involved in this game. And it sometimes is almost a little bit too consuming, where you're like checking the charts, you're checking Twitter, you're like, oh my God, how did this respond? How did that respond? If you find you're a little too emotionally attached, I invite you to invite this mindset in to be able to help bring a little bit more freedom to your life. And what that is when it comes time to price, I really like to be able to see the market for what it actually is. And that is, there are buyers and there are sellers. And these buyers and sellers, they're individuals. And the market is composed of a whole bundle of individuals who are either pushing the buy button or pushing the sell button. They're saying, I want to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Pulse Chain, Hex, insert whatever your coin is. Or I want to sell these things. And the reason that these individuals feel these things, you have to think about, like, you as an individual, what compels you to hit buy or sell? Or what has compelled your past self, like your younger investor self, to hit buy or sell? And you have to remember, behind all of this is, yes, you're an investor. Yes, you have all these logical things. But before all of that, you are human. And part of being human is you have emotions. And when you see price going up, you know what the thing is that us as humans really, 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 really want to do? Oh my God, we get hit with that feeling of FOMO. Of like, I am missing out. The price is going up. It's going to just keep going up and I'm going to miss out on these things. And you know what? I feel it all too. And I have to admit, I'll sometimes buy. I'll even buy as well. When I'm feeling that FOMO, or I will use that emotion as a signal in a different way. And so anyways, I first invite you, whenever you're feeling these things around price go up, before you hit the buy or sell button, I invite you first to be able to see the market as a wave of emotion, as a wave of energy, and be like, okay, so who are these people that are buying? What do they feel? What do they see? Oh, I'm so excited. Like, who are these buyers? Is it whales who are big capital who are just getting into seeing these things or trusting in these things? Is that why price goes up? And then like that first hit of like that 5% run, these other people who are piling in are other people in the network and the ecosystem who have maybe had cash on the side. Okay, cool. See that for that. And then ask yourself, maybe the next day, is price still rising or is it falling? Who are the people that are buying? Who are the people that are selling? And so I like to break this down on a very individual level so you can start to see the price action as individuals who hit buy and sell. Not just price go up, price go down as a number, but instead it's people who make change, including yourself. And so what we are collectively doing with crypto, and I find this is very magically part of the ethos of what we stand for, is it goes back to decentralization. The power is being shifted out of centralization of like one person, one organization, the big money managing things. And it's the power of the people. So yes, the big capital typically does kick off waves like runs, like bull runs, where it's like, oh, we have a 5%, 10% candle, like some big whale came in. But typically it's the power of the people that keep the energy and the momentum rolling in the crypto space. Because the people are like, hey, it's go time. Hey, this big whale transferred money in. Hey, game time. We go, we rise, we play. And then the people create this echo chamber, this chatter, this sentiment in the market. And that's what helps create these waves of prices, of price go up or price go down. So that's the first part, is I invite you, as price is moving, and even as you're relating to Twitter or to YouTube, as you're seeing the content that is out there, start to ask yourself, what is the energy? What is the emotion behind these things? And one other question I really love to ask myself is, yes, we like to like blend in the emotional side, but I also love to blend in the logical side of myself, the stoic within me. And so what I will frequently ask myself is some very simple question: what has changed? Information-wise, what has changed? And when you can answer that question for yourself, simply, what has changed in the market? That will be the most empowering thing for you in the whole wide world, because you will literally be able to lead yourself, like support your emotions with logic and with evidence of like, this is it. And so in particular, one of the last runs we just had in the pulse chain world, we saw time and time again, we had numerous whales, numerous big capital flowing into the space. We had Richard tweeting about the lawyers and about how he is fighting the SEC. We had all of these factors in this momentum. And then we had also the conference that Maddie Allen hosted in at the very beginning of this. So we had this massive momentum in the community. And so when I asked myself, well, what has changed? Oh, well, the sentiment, the energy in the space has completely shifted. This is go time. This is game time. And this is how I can say I'm not just buying a little, it's not just buying a little frothy wave, but this is it. This is the moment we have been waiting for. This is game time. This is where the bull market begins. This is where the fun gets really good for us. And so it's where I get to compare some of the energetics of, okay, I feel this thing, but then I like to ask myself, what has actually changed? And it's like, oh, there are numerous things in the ecosystem that have physically changed to show that capital is flowing in the momentum, in the pace, and I can use history with all these different evidences can show me that my emotions are not crazy, but instead they're grounded in truth. And things have changed. So all this to be said, this was mostly just talking around the power of price and being able to observe price from more of an energetics and emotional standpoint. And when you can start to see more of the emotions in the space, I find that helps with the euphoria that goes on when when the price is really pumping, or when the price is down. It helps you to see things very logically and to be able to say, these are the emotions that I feel, but these are also the facts that are going on. And so an exercise for yourself that I would like to leave you guys with is start to train yourself to, when you're feeling things in the crypto space, even take a piece of paper, just a small little scrap, and be like, I am feeling FOMO. I feel like I've missed something. I feel like I want to put more money into the market. I'm feeling shame for not doing things faster, or I'm feeling guilt around these things, or I'm feeling a lot of excitement and like I really want to take profits. And so I invite you to first write down on one piece of paper your emotions that you feel. That way you can like see it. They're all transparent. You're like, oh, there you are. Thank you. Like I see my insights. They're out on the paper. And then on the other half of the paper, I invite you to write down the facts. Write down your thesis. Why have you invested in what you've invested in? What has changed? What data has changed? What evidence? Has anything changed? Or is it simply just your emotions that you feel? This particular exercise is one thing that I've routinely come back to, especially in the bear market when prices were really down. And I'd ask myself my conviction around, why am I investing what I'm investing in? Do I still believe in it? What has changed? Or is there just a little bit of scarcity within me that is coming up, that is coming on the surface, that is inviting me to explore this in a certain way? And time again, I kept going back to my thesis of like, this is what I'm investing in, this is why. So I just wanted to leave those little aspects for you guys today, because speaking about the emotional aspect to being an investor is something that is really near and dear to my heart. And I find the more that we can talk about the emotions that are going on in the market collectively and the emotions that live within us, the more that we can set ourselves free to experience that ultimate freedom of being an investor and building wealth, like ridiculous amounts of wealth. It doesn't have to feel as heavy and intense, but it can feel very ease-filled and very enlightening as we are also building the future that we want to see. So without further ado, I'm going to sign out. Thank you so much for being here. Feel free to please smash the like button. Drop me a comment. I would love to hear from you. Share it with a friend or subscribe or all of the above. Love you all so much. Big love, and see you again tomorrow.